The way I'm gonna run the legions, the Boros legions, because you guys have 2 squads of 10 guys, I'm morphing them posthumously, morphing them into one batch of 20 dudes. HP, and this is kind of where the cleaving rules that I was mentioning earlier, Carlos, are coming into effect. Mobs of guys, I've just batched them by like total number of hit points for a pool of dudes, kind of like a swarm. So that means that if you're attacking like a group of enemies, that enemy is sort of, or that group is treated as one creature for the mechanics of D&D. So if you do like one attack with 57 fucking damage, it's not going to be against a minion of 11 HP. It's going to be like a batch of 30 guys with 400 HP. So you have a chance to do more.
There
more
are
harm.
rules for like mob battles, or
Yes,
I
there
don't know
are.
the terminology, but
It's on page
somewhere in
250 of the DMG, and I got that using that for how they are going to hit you. And now that Knight's here, I can
Cool.
explain it only 2 times instead
Question.
of 3. Answer?
As they take damage, will they become less effective to simulate them losing manpower?
I have so I have how many hit points each individual soldier has as a block, so I can track how many dudes there are, and I will be using that as a so this ties into, this is perfect because you allowed me to segue into the point that I get to repeat for both Seeker and Knight. So the way blocks of troops will be attacking you, I will not be rolling dice. What's going to happen is the number of men in the squad and their attack bonus will be measured up against your AC. So, for example, if you have 20 AC and the enemy unit has a +5 attack bonus, that means that they need 15 or higher for their D20 roll. And I have here, as part of the DMG, it tells me kind of like how many attackers I need for one hit to land based on the D20 roll. So with that 15, it would mean every 4 attackers, they get 1 hit. And then I have here, based on that number of hits, how many dice I will use to do damage. So for Carlos's question, if you have like a mob of 30 guys and you kill 7 of them, that will affect the number of damages or the number of creatures that are in that platoon that will be able to hit you. If I go below the number that they can have to automatically just hit you once, I might start rolling dice, or they might like rout, or something like that might happen. I'm not 100% sure because I feel like you guys are going to be quite brutal in your evisceration of the enemy. So I do have some wiggle room and gray area in the rules that I'm working with, but I have this pretty cool skeleton that I think will work fairly well for now, and it might pop up in future D&D games that I run based on the success tonight. Deadly. Okay. So with all of that done, and the chit-chat and banter out of the way, and Knight finally here.
Hell yeah.
Did you bring pants, or did you remember to leave them behind?
I got them as quickly as I could.
Oh, disappointing. Anyways.
Look, that would be scandalous if I didn't have any right now.
Wouldn't be scandalous. Nobody would know.
Be.
Except for me, I would know.
Kobolds don't wear pants.
Yeah, Knight.
Well, maybe I want to be luxurious as fuck.
Look at Carlos. He's never wearing pants.
Look, I
I
want
have a
to
hole in the seat of my trousers so that I can be like people, but I'm not people.
I want to be like a
kobold.
noble.
No bald. Okay.
I'm just wearing a very nice jacket, that's it.
So where we left
Hat.
off, the group and their unit of legionnaires was planning to head north to see if there were any survivors of the bastion. And then after heading north and seeing what's going on there, the plan is to head south and then west and then north again. You're following the main road to try and get back to friendly territory. As a point of sort of thing that you guys would know, but I'll just put on the map because we're going to be using this map a lot. This here is an Is It facility for anybody who cares. which I know is one of you. I will mark. I know there's one or two. Where did I see it? There's a Boros facility there. Boros are there. And of course, the entirety of the Selesnya, which is... I'm not going to bother marking that. You know where they are. They're here. I'm not going to mark the whole fucking thing. They have a giant commune that is on your route. So there's a couple of like places where you know there are friendly units. If you don't want to visit them, you don't have to. I am just marking them because I know where they are and you would know where they are. But because it's not immediately obvious, I thought I would put them down.
I mean, they can serve as rest stops as well as places where we can get additional troops, assuming they want to come with us.
Or they might be entirely fucked up and you might need to bypass them completely. Who knows? We don't. Yeah. The future is bliss. But if for whatever reason you're like, oh, I need to find XYZ thing, there you go. Here's some spots just for food for thought. So, with that, coincidentally. So with that, we begin. So I will start us off by rolling fresh sets of initiative, and I will offer the party a choice. And I do this for you guys just before we start rolling dice. I will offer the party a choice. We can run on one initiative order the whole session, which would streamline things a bit, or we can do fresh initiatives each time that we get into sort of a serious sequence. So every sequence we can do roll fresh ones, or we can just do the same one. I leave it to you guys because it affects you more than it affects me. Knight says streamline it. What say you, four other people?
Streamline it.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, roll them once.
I was gonna say not streamline it, but I guess I'm being
Democracy!
outvoted anyway.
Well, Kidders still has one vote. Kidders has one entire vote.
I don't really care.
Can I give
sorry,
people
Paelias, you're
bardic inspiration for their rolls?
You can, absolutely, because we're in the middle of a mission, and if you would like to do that, you can. If your bardic inspiration affects initiative.
Oh, I thought this was like a combat roll. Okay, never mind.
This is, well, I'll count it, because if you can use bardic inspiration to roll initiative.
I don't think.
Does it have a limitation?
I don't want to use it for initiative anyway.
Deadly, okay. Oh wow, a 5. Well, Vaszerei is coming in as expected.
As expected.
Remember, you have to let off the clutch as you're putting in the gas. You can't do both at the same time. I don't know if Knight's too much of a Gen Z to know that reference, because people don't drive standard nowadays. Okay, 29. Vari. $60. Jesus Christ, you guys. That's okay, it'll be fun.
What?
Carlos. 29, next is a 16, and a 14. Paelias.
Hey, Kidder's nat 20? Fuck.
She is first in
That's
everything.
the only good roll I'm gonna get the whole time.
Yeah, the rest of the time she's gonna be screwed.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
At least you get to get screwed
I'm-
first.
I'm gonna get possessed. And you guys are screwed.
Fuck.
Nat
What's
ones
your
on every
wisdom
test
save?
she
It's a
makes.
lot, isn't it?
Probably a lot.
Knight, have you ever heard of the phrase high speed, low drag? I think you're high drag, low speed right now.
Ah, I got him.
Ah, says with a 5. Okay, and I'll roll quickly for the Boros platoon of +1 to their initiative score.
I like how you just
Hell
leave
yeah.
a massive slot between Vincenzo and Vaszerei.
Well, Yes, the Boros are on their game too. Okay, so we have Vari and then a platoon of NPCs and then the rest of the important players. Deadly.
Oh my god.
21.
Hurry, guys, I'll
I don't
kill
think
them
that's how
all.
you spell Master.
You might.
Uh, okay. So we go north, young hobbit. Same, if I recall. You guys had it as Carlos was up front with a rude attitude. Carlos and Vaszerei were up front.
Correct.
Paelias was stuck in the middle. Caters was /Vari was in the rear with the gear, and then Vinshenzo was on the rooftop.
On the roof,
keeping
as normal.
it safe. Okay. We're gonna exercise like that still, or would we like to change it up given the fact that we're gonna be walking on down Main Street this whole time?
I mean, there are buildings alongside the road that Vinshenzo can use if you want.
You guys are going to be making your way downtown, walking fast, kicking ass, and it feels like... Okay, anyways. Deadly. So we're going to move north. Moving north! You find that you are coming up... We'll put you about here. The formation is moving up upon the rear of a pretty hostile mob. This looks like... a perception check for those of you up front to see exactly what you might be faced with. But this looks like a mix of Rakdos and plebeians.
See. Perception. Don't worry, I have my eyes open.
There to save Vaszerei again.
Oh.
Carlos does nothing to save himself from being the perception of Christ reborn except in dragon eyes. Second coming of Curdle Mac. 32? Oh. Deadly. So, you are well aware of the fact that there is a there is a concerted effort of Rakdos cultists mixed with what looks like some demons and horrifying, nasty critters that are coming up upon a defensive shield wall of Boros Legionnaires. You can see in the distance both highly perceptive individuals that are perceiving that there is also a manned defense that is trying to repel a siege. There are multiple breaks in the wall, and it looks like some pretty heroic actions are being undertaken to take out the battering ram dinosaurs that have bashed down the gates and are gorging gruel anarchists all over the place that are going in and just beating the shit out of everybody with clubs.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god, they're in trouble.
I'm going to give you 150 feet worth of free space of like, this is before you can, this is the empty space you have to not be engaged. Freedom of maneuver, but
And
I'll give you the opportunity to
how far is our destination?
Can I roll a perception to see if there's anything around us in any of the other directions?
You can. In answer to Vinshenzo, you're looking at about 600 feet to the gate, and I'll say about 300 feet to the defensive line. So you got 150 feet worth of mob, and 150 feet of your own free space. 27 perception on the surrounding area. I'll also play this off of the 32 and the other 27, just for the sake of they had high initiatives and I wasn't paying attention to my own surroundings. So, you know that the area is sparsely populated to your flanks. There's looters and hunkers down, but it seems as though a lot of, or a decent number of Gruul and a couple of pretty nasty looking acrobats are occupying the rooftops and raining, not destruction so much as they are raining nuisance down upon the legionnaires. So if you'd like to move in, if you're intending on moving into this district, you know that there's a ranged threat on the rooftops.
No, I was just more considering, given that there's heavy fighting ahead, I was considering moving up towards the front.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to look around first, make sure there aren't threats to our flanks or rear that, I would have to respond to.
Looks like for the moment the biggest threat is up there, and anything else around you is sort of like small enough in scale that they're not gonna be a threat to your formation right now.
In that case, I will move up from the middle to behind Carlos and Vaszerei.
Hell yeah. Wizard up front. Big guns.
Hell yeah, dude.
So for the most part, I'll have the Boros act on their own. Unless there are specific orders, you guys can shout a command during your turn, and then on their turn, they will enact the command. Just try not to override each other too much if that ever becomes the case. But otherwise, they'll be an autonomous unit. And they'll fend for themselves. They'll look after their own protection. So what's the game plan there, gents?
So let me get this straight. There's a mob down here. There's ranged attackers up on these rooftops. Am I understanding that?
Yeah, there's a mob down here. There's skirmishers in and amongst this district that are fiddling around, and then there's siege beasts that are breaking the wall and letting in troops on the other side. So the unit here is effectively surrounded.
So yeah, we need to clear their flank then.
We need to clear the flank and the rear so that we can then fall back safe.
I think the best course of action is the Legionnaires go towards the front and see about knocking out this mob here, while we try to take out these ranged attackers.
How big is the mob in numbers? The hundreds?
Yes.
Oh god. No, don't tell him that.
Did you say the mob was in between us and the Legion?
They're in between you and the Legion on the main road. They're in their hundreds. However,
right. So we flanked them. We're behind them.
You're behind them. You have the element of surprise in this case for the moment.
Paelias, are we really fireballing just crowds here?
Well, I mean, there are demons and crazy demon cultist clowns in that crowd.
That is true.
We're at mile marker 1, by the way.
Literally the law.
It's the... No, these guys aren't interested in any sort of peace, probably.
No, they're looters and assholes that have been whipped up into a murderous frenzy.
Tell you what, you fireball one side, I'll fireball the other, and then I'll see about helping with the ranged attackers.
God damn, you guys are ruthless, and I really have signed on for this. I'm all for it.
Hell.
I was almost tempted to say...
The people I'm interested in saving are hiding in their houses.
Did my question ever get answered?
Murdering people trying to restore order.
Handle Peter Montfort! Kill him all! Let God sort him out! Fire!
Yeah.
We
Anyways,
can't expect God to do all the work.
What is our destination again?
so step 1, get to there, save the boys. Step 2, follow the highway all the way back to the cathedral.
Oh,
Okay.
primarily back to this battle line, and
Didn't we
from there
start
we
at
can start
the
splitting.
cathedral?
You started at the cathedral, went to the Colosseum,
Oh,
realized
we went
that
to
you
the safe
needed
house.
to. You figured out how to save the cash money, and then you wanted to save Delta Force.
I might have been responsible for this particular kind of operation. Oops.
Not true.
But hey, we probably need these guys anyway, so...
Why is Knight lying to me again?
No. I'm sorry, it's a compulsive thing.
Night is what we call a flagellant. They leap in front of responsibility. Please, it was me! I did it! It's me, O king! I am not worthy!
Damn.
Vin is flying 115 feet above the ground on his Pegasus.
Roger that. Okay. All right. I have my. How am I gonna do this? I gotta visualize
kind
it
of-
somehow.
Well, we will initiate this with 2
This-
fireball.
This has civilians or once civilians amongst this. I'm almost tempted to yell at them to disperse.
Do we want to
Okay.
also take care of the ones on the roof?
We do need to take care of the ones on the roof.
Hmm.
I'm just hoping that a
how grouped
fireball
up
will
are the
help
ones
out.
on the roof?
They are spread out. They are skirmishers, we will call them. They are occupying a fairly wide area. I'd say like they're 10 to 15 feet apart, whereas the mobsters are like 5 foot packed up.
How
there,
high are the rooftops compared to the ground? Sorry, Carlos.
The smaller buildings are 30 feet up, and that area is mostly made up of smaller buildings.
And those are
there's
the
the-
rooftops that the people are on?
The rooftops, yes.
Okay. Understood.
So you are
If I
high in
were
the
to
sky.
target the roof,
What?
Yeah.
target the people on the roof with a 20-foot radius. How many could I fit in that? 2 or
Less than
3
the
or
people on the
4?
ground.
I'd give you 3 guys. Oh no, 20-foot radius? I'd give you 4
Yeah.
guys.
Okay. Well, in that case, because on the roofs it's demons and clowns, right?
On the roofs, it's skirmishers. There
On
are
the
a couple.
ground.
There are a couple of
Arbalest.
clowns. There's like javelineers and guys throwing rocks and little short bows, like goblins with bows, people with bows, stuff like that. They're using the advantage of the buildings to be able to shoot over the shield wall because they're not stupid. Okay,
Wow.
they're kind of stupid. I mean, look at who they're associating with.
I think Carlos has something
I
to
will
say.
focus on. I will point up to them and go. I will focus on them when we're ready.
What does Carlos have to say?
Are you sure you want to waste your spells on just a few of them? I'm sure I could take care of them, and perhaps Vari, wasn't it? You seem light on your feet. I'm sure you could get up there too.
We should save our spells for the larger crowds. There's no reason to be using such massive spells for small things that we can handle ourselves.
Interesting.
Now,
Very well.
I do want
Need to light
to
the roof on fire.
ask you
I
a
wasn't
question,
gonna light the roof
Carlos.
on fire. I was gonna create a miniature black hole.
Okay.
Carlos,
What is it?
Well,
you were-
not quite, because that's an 8th level spell. But I was gonna cast the 4th level spell of that, which is
Jesus.
Gravity Sinkhole.
Oh my. Okay.
as you are technically the hand of the king, I have a question to ask. Do you want me to tell this crowd to disperse?
Can you please give me permission to kill them all?
Can you please give me permission to scream?
Well,
What is
Vaszerei,
your
Are
plan
you
if I do
asking
not
me,
destroy?
or are you asking Carlos? Sorry, I
Carlos is
missed.
not the hand of the king.
I'm
What
the
are you?
hand of the king.
He's the hand of the king.
You are like the queen's honor guard. You're the
I
closest
speak
thing.
with his voice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you,
but
you
there's a difference
outranked
from the
Carlos here.
Points fingers together.
No, he
Can I
doesn't. I'm a
say
parrot.
something kind of loud?
Can I scream?
I'm sorry, I had to ask.
Well, if Vari wants to assume such a thing, I'm not going to correct her. If you think it could disperse them faster than just blowing them up, go for it.
Like, get some of these rabble to reconsider.
Was Vari interested in helping Carlos clear the rooftops of ne'er-do-wells?
We're not gonna get blasted by a black hole or a fireball.
It
I
should
have
be safe.
no
I'm
intention of
90% certain.
fireballing the rooftops. I don't want to damage homes right now. I really
Yeah.
don't want to.
Then Carlos and Vari will go to the rooftops
Gravity
using their
sinkhole won't damage the buildings, it'll just
their
damage
slippers.
the people on them.
They can just climb right up.
I don't know, Chief.
I don't know about that.
Well, it literally does, unlike the Dark Star, which is the actual black hole spell, it does actually not affect structures or objects.
Damn!
I still
That's
wouldn't risk.
pretty cool.
But if it sucks a man-sized object down onto the thing,
No, I was gonna cast it above like the roof, like
Suspended
at
in
roof
midair.
level.
I suppose that'd be more reasonable if it's giving way
I'm not
to.
familiar with sucking.
I'm not.
You're not.
God damn it. Okay,
Suddenly, everyone's walking on eggshells.
everyone's walking on
No.
eggshells.
I can't open my mouth.
Okay. In that case, if this doesn't work, and it probably won't, help me fireball
No,
this
kitty.
crowd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, kitty!
I hope
If
she.
they won't disperse, we'll make them disperse. Okay. And I am going to cast Thaumaturge,
Okay.
glowing eyes, and I'm going to make my voice booming. That way the crowd can hear. And I am going to command them, through intimidation, to disperse.
All right. I would like you to roll for your intimidation.
Here's bardic inspiration, Vaszerei.
See how this works.
And guidance.
You don't have to roll it with it. You can wait until you see the
Here,
result.
have guidance too.
Oh, good idea. Let's see. That is a 17.
17.
Do you
Bit of a
wanna roll
draconic.
inspiration? See if you can boost it even higher.
I'm tempted to. You know what? Fuck it. I really want to scare these guys.
It's a D12. Pretty cool, huh? Oh yeah.
So
28.
28. Well done.
As
Okay.
her voice goes booming as she screams, disperse, you can even hear the growl of a dragon behind it with the thaumaturge, thanks to 3 effects.
I
at a
love
time.
it. The anarchs and the rabble at the rear of the mob, they turn and they see the soldiers and the towering figures and the fierce, intimidating roar of the servant of the king, and they are entirely fearful of the fact that they've been caught. They're not safe in the back like they thought they were, and they dispersed and they flee into the surrounding buildings and alleys. And you
Perfect.
have liberated the mob of. We're gonna do some morale checks here.
Well, one was good, the other is not so.
Hell
About
yeah, dude.
100 souls vanished from the battle line of the enemy.
Whoa.
And how many are left?
Roll perception.
My glowing eyeball. I rolled a 2.
It appears as though
The heck?
I was so angry that I'm now blind.
He made his eyes glow too bright.
I can't see anything.
so. It looks like there's about 200 left, but now there's a higher concentration of clowns
What
Nuke 'em.
the?
because you've scared off much of the mob, but not much of the actual like Rakdos.
I can work with that.
The clowns have high morale.
They think everything's funny.
Call a game.
I gotta my hands burst into flames and ready for fireball.
Oh,
Shit.
I look to Vaszerei. You take left, I take right.
Yep.
so I'm just looking at my battle thing here. So your loud noise, not only has it convinced. Well, hang on there, lady. You did something. Now the enemy gets to do something.
Fuck.
We've been had.
They notice.
Don't worry. We have time for synchronized fireball later.
They notice that you've been fucking, and now you got to be finding. And a pack of 3 packs of clowns, numbering about 45 Rakdos performers, split themselves from the crowd, and they come howling and
Oh, like
cackling,
banshees.
as well as a number of little demonic things biting and snapping at their heels, prowling forward like tiny, nasty little ape things come charging out at you, and they are able to move a wondrous, magical 60 feet, covering the 150-foot distance, not in one turn, which is shitty for them, good for you. So 150 minus 60 is 120, 90. So they got a 90-foot gap between you and them.
I will do a thing.
Okay.
Thing.
As
I
you
just
do
need
a
to double
thing,
check the range. No, they're not in range for it. So. I will not do a thing.
He has rescinded
Okay.
his thing.
your thing has been rescinded.
My thing has 60-foot range. Does not work.
Gotcha. So there's 5 of them. I'll just roll 1, 2. I'm gonna roll 2. 1 set for the little demons and 1 set for the clowns. Oh wow! Someone who rolls as well as Vaszerei does. Yeah.
Oh,
Is it a roll-off?
No.
they're
Or
superior.
do they have a bonus?
No, they have a bonus. She's still last. But the entire fucking party goes between the clowns or before the clowns and Vaszerei, so at least there's a good chance that Vaszerei gets to meet a not very healthy mob. So we're going to do Rakdos, Formers, and they have a wonderful score of 9. And then the Rakdos Demon, and they have a wonderful score of 6. Is that 6 or is that? What am I doing?
What are you doing?
What am I
Are they
doing?
moving as a blob or spread out?
They are all moving as a blob. Yeah, several blobs. These guys are all close up together. Good times for you. That's +2 dex, so that's 7. You little bastard. There we go. Okay, so Vari, who gets to act first before everyone.
Up on the roof now, right?
Yeah, we're headed to the roof.
You guys are on
We're
the way to the
headed
roof
to it?
as... Yeah.
So not on it yet. And I
Here's
guess
how
she's
I
just
foresee...
gonna climb up.
For everybody's sort of like... We're all synchronizing to the same time loop here. The way I see it is, as Vari and Carlos were like actually taking their first steps to move off to the roof, that's when Vaszerei makes her declaration, causing a bunch of people to scatter. And then as you guys are starting to walk, like maybe you get 30 to 60 feet away and it's like, oh shit, they coming. And now you have the opportunity to react to the fact that, oh shit, they coming. If you want to keep going to the roof, that's fine for you to do. I'm just letting you know that this is the situation as it has unfolded so far in time.
Probably keep going to the roof.
Deadly, how fast can you make it in a 6-second span?
Fucking far.
She has a normal movement speed of what, 65 feet?
Yep.
If she couldn't do anything within that movement, then she could dash and go up to like 130 feet.
With T,
Damn.
she can step of wind to go, what is it, 130 feet? Yeah, 130 feet, and then still have an action left.
Sure.
It's pretty good stuff right there. All right. So you want to just book it to the alley? Or do you want to start booking it right up a building?
Trying to get to the roof, so I'd go straight up as soon as she could.
Okay, so big boulevard that you are, for context here, for positioning, because we're going to do this mostly in Theater of the Mind. Sorry, big spaces, big battles, Theater of the Mind. However, I'll reiterate, big boulevard, this huge massive highway, 120 feet across. So you got to cover 120-foot distance. The small buildings are 30 feet high. So if you want to get from your position to a rooftop, it's 150 feet, which you said you can cover in one turn.
131. 150 in one turn?
Yeah. Did you just say she could
Hold on.
cover 150 feet in one turn, or was it 100 and something?
130.
130. Okay,
Yeah,
so you'd be on the second story of a three-story building
Hell yeah.
as you end your turn. So you can like be on a balcony or something like that, and you only have 20 feet to go.
Guess I'll do that.
Hold on.
If you want to do other things, I'm just giving you like, this is how far you can get with your movement.
There is another option she could use.
Oh, is there?
There is.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure. So you can spend a key point to use dash, right? So that'll give you 130 feet of movement, and it still leaves you your action. You also have Shadow Step, where you can, when you're in dim light or darkness, which I think everything right now is dim light. Actually, that's as a bonus action. You can teleport 60 feet. Shit, you'll have one bonus action. Trying to
She's
think of
Batman.
a way. I'm trying to think of a way that you could possibly get an attack in, but I don't know if it's possible.
I don't think
What's
so.
the range in her throwing?
She has standard throwing range, 20-60.
So she could throw with disadvantage at the rooftop dude.
Just gonna get as close as I can and stop there.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, just dash with an action.
Yeah, save her key and stuff.
Okay, so you find yourself on the second story balcony of a three-story house. Pretty good stuff.
It's pretty
The
fast.
Boros Legionnaires deploy in their time-honored traditional shield wall. It's worked for them every single time. Let's just do this. But 2 deep. And they span across a, whatever that is, 100-foot, but no, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet worth of shields and long swords brandished at the enemy oncoming. And they ready their attack for when they are greeted by the howling hordes. Moving on to Carlos Santiago, who has been absolutely left in the dust.
Shut up.
Hell yeah. Got him.
I don't. Fuck.
You want to go to the roof with me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Shia.
Hey,
Shit.
Carlos is fast. He's not that fast.
Definitely not. Even like gaming it, it's not. I think I can
Should have grabbed on the Vari.
just grab onto her tail.
Insert Captain America meme on your left.
Vari grapples you. Takes you with him.
Hell yeah.
But no, I think I can theoretically move 110 feet by using dash as an action and then using move in shadows as a bonus action for an extra 30 feet.
Okay.
So that's how far I can move, 110 feet.
110 feet's pretty good. That gets you 10 feet from the edge of the boulevard. You got another 40 feet. You got to cross 10 feet of open street and then up 30 feet of building.
Outstanding.
That makes it Paelias' turn. I like to
So
think
20-foot
like this to be
radius.
calm.
How many of them can I hit?
Roll your damage, big boy.
Well, I mean, technically they roll a save, but
Yeah. I'm saying roll your damage because I'm treating each mob as one guy.
I have my D10.
20-foot radius, there's a pack of 15. Well, there's technically 3 packs of 15, making 45, plus 2 mobs of several dozen little demons. So, tell me this, are you going to focus on a specific group? I'll tell you what there is because you're a nice guy and I like you. There's knife jugglers, fire eaters, and then there are mobs of cackler demons and magmin demons. Fiery little imps is what a magmin is. If you would like to say fuck one of those groups in particular, or if you just want to kill them all,
I want to
aim
hit
for
as many people as possible with that 20-foot radius spell.
So I'm going to say that you hit dead center, and I'm going to say that you probably hit with 120 feet wide, and you're getting 40 feet right in the center of it. You'll probably hit a little bit of a lot of the fire eaters, a lot of the cacklers and magmins, and not so much of the jugglers, and I'm okay with that. I need to find where's my Rakdos guys? I found these two. That's good. And let me know what the save is. It's a dex, isn't it?
No, I'm casting Gravity Sinkhole. This is a Constitution save. DC.
Oh, even cooler. I love it when you use things that I don't expect. Oh, sorry, somebody just got something.
If they successfully save, they take 18 damage each, and if they fail, it's 36 damage each fourth. If they fail the save, and if they fail the save, whether they live or die, they get pulled to the center.
Understood. Okay, here's my stand-in so that we can visually see the visual evidence. And my demons. Ta-da! I'm so cool. So we have jugglers. Cute. Fire eaters. And more jugglers. And they need to do a DC 20 Constitution saving throw, you said?
Yeah.
And the full damage is
36 and half damage.
36?
18. Yeah, it's 5d10. It's a 4th level spell.
I was expecting more. I'm disappointed in you.
Look, I rolled above average on a 5d10 roll.
That's what the ladies like to hear. Okay, so I don't think anybody's gonna. Oh no, if they get a nat 20, then life will be good. So I got 3 saving throws to make. Da 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 da. I'll tint this one red. It's different. It's edgy. Demons, and then the red one is the Rakdos, because it kind of matters for me.
Did anyone succeed?
Con +0, con +1, and... Shit, I was ready for Charisma and Wisdom. I wasn't ready for your con saves. Why are you making me do work here, Chief? Blast Seeker. Oh, that's close. That's too far down. I need to go up a little bit. R is for Rakdos. Oh, there he is. And there's his friends. Juggler. +1. Okay, so 18, that's a 19. 5, that's a 6. 17, that's an 18. So that's 3 failures! 36 damage to the unit.
I mean, to every member of the unit.
Yeah, so that's multiplied by fucking a shit ton. It doesn't matter. That's a huge chunk of them. So I'm going to times it by
I think it
half
matters.
of the unit. It doesn't. I'm going to times it by half. My reason being is that there's a large unit. The Fire Eaters, kind of the center piece of the entire thing, which are these guys. So they were like here, and they had their minions were coming out like this, and you have your jugglers on the side and your jugglers on the side. So this reference is what the battle line looks like, and your line of dudes. So this is the road. So you would have hit dead center, which means these guys are fucked. 36. They are 11 hit points each, so you wipe out all of them, and you wipe out 50% of the demons.
Whoa.
Meat chunk in the middle.
And anything that well, it doesn't matter, they all died. So yeah, there's just a huge chunk of meat and circus uniform.
Pulled in a straight line toward the center of the sphere, ending in an occupied space as close to the center as possible, even if that space is in the air.
So pretty much they all went flying like missiles into each other and stabbed each other multiple times into a giant bloody meat pincushion. Because nobody succeeded, so they all died. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Okay, well, that's one unit wiped out. That's pretty good. Would you like to do anything else with your turn, or have you done enough?
Nah, I'm good.
You're good. You can leave some for the rest of the gang.
Yeah.
Vinshenzo's turn would be next, 100 billion feet in the air, flying above the heights.
Does my
Just random
dragon
skeleton archer.
Sorry, what?
does my dragonfire crossbow have any difference in its range, or is it just a standard hand crossbow?
Doesn't have any
range?
difference in its range, just has difference in whatever the stats I gave you for it.
It has extra damage.
That's pretty good stuff.
Okay. I will fire both of my hand crossbows at the folks on the roof.
Understood.
And how do you want me to do that for mob rules or whatever? Oh, something was dealt to me.
Sorry, you can give that back.
So how should I make this attack? Just 2 normal attack rolls?
Yeah. So you do your attacks, and I'll say this to sort of everybody pay attention. When you're attacking a unit, you do your attacks, you subtract the damage, and the way it's going to work is however many you kill with your one attack, because you're attacking the unit, is however many you kill. So I've pooled their HP together.
I got hold on. I nat one on one of them.
Understood.
One sec. Do. So 5 plus fucking, sorry, I'm pulling up my character sheet. I apologize. 5 plus. Oh, did we get a proficiency upgrade from the last level up? Yes, no? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 17 is plus 6.
Okay. That would be 11. So my nat 1 would be a 11.
You nat 1 with a weapon attack?
Yes. I got a 12 for the nat 1, and then a 29 for the other one, for the other attack.
And you're firing at the fiddlers on the roof.
Yes.
Your 12 doesn't hit, your other one very much does.
Roger that. So I do. Hoya. Ooh. And Hoya. Then I add my dexterity, which would be 7. So 7 piercing and 4 fire damage. So that's
7 piercing and 4 fire damage for
11 total.
11. Okay. And I'm going to need you to roll on a table with a d20
Okay.
for your critical miss.
I thought we didn't do those here, but okay.
We've done them before. It's just not very often that you guys roll the.
Am
the
I
nat
doing
one.
a D100 or D20?
It's a d20.
All right. Sorry. Okay, I got a 2.
Okay. And then for you, because you have a magical weapon, I'd like you to roll an additional d10.
Roger that. Oh yeah. 8.
Okay, beautiful. So what happens is you fire the one that does not, the one that critically failed, and what happens is the ammunition itself shatters within the crossbow. Probably defective, who knows? But luckily, your weapon is unharmed.
Hell yeah. So I can just load it and shoot it as normal next time?
Yeah.
Okay. I will tuck that one into my suit jacket pocket. Because I can only do that once. I can only fire two. I don't have 2-weapon fighting, so I can only do that once.
Understood.
And I will swoop Rabbit over where Vari is, if possible.
Okay. If you guys want to like subdivide yourselves, I'm gonna keep the Xavier placeholder as like sort of where the main group is. But if you want to move out to the, and this goes with Vari and Carlos, if you want to move something out to show that you're in a different area, because you're like well, not a couple hundred, but you're moving quite far away from the group. It's okay to
Where the fuck?
to have a visual representation.
Here.
Yeah, and then with Vinshenzo as well, if you want to put a rabbit up there to show where a rabbit is.
Yeah, I don't
Fiddling
know
around.
where the piece is for Rabbit. I don't know where that ended up, but it's gone.
That's
think.
okay. That makes it the Rakdos. They have 90 feet to cover, and they do their best to cover it. They move the full sprinterino that they can. They get within 20 feet of the battle line. And the Rakdos demons are within 30 feet of the battle line. The performers are out sprinting their tiny comrades. Making it Vaszerei's turn. They're coming. There's a big hole in them. There's a giant meat candy that's sitting in the middle of the road right now, but aside from that, they're still coming.
Did Chris scoop up Rabbit at one point? Where the fuck is
I
it?
put him over here by the Coliseum for you.
Oh, thank you.
And then here's your character too.
Thank you.
What a nice young lady.
So
At least somebody's nice to me.
this is where that one's blown up.
Meatball, very, very dead.
There's Meatball. There's about 15 plus.
Items.
There's like 75 meat. 75 times meat.
You know what? No, I want this Rakdos group right here. I don't mind the demons getting close.
You're going after one of the flanks? Okay. Sorry, they're
Going
only
after one
20
of
feet.
these.
I'll move these guys up. So 10, 15, 20. So they're there. These guys are here. These guys are here. They're together. Oh Lord, they're coming!
Yeah, I'm gonna focus a fireball on this one because last I checked with Paelias, I agreed on left.
Okay,
Oh.
roll your thing and tell me what the saving throw is for those
Is
losers.
this accurate for distance between them?
Sorry, there's supposed to be 20, so that's supposed to be that. It's not 100% accurate, but you can consider them to be converging. If it was accurate, they'd be like probably that. But these guys are in like the center of the road, and it's 120 feet across.
It's 8d6. God damn.
Okay, DC 14 reflex on the performers. Or dex, sorry.
Reflex.
Reflex. These are jugglers. They have +5 dex save. So they get a 5 + 5 is 10, so they fail, which means they take 30, which means, what's the radius? 30?
20-foot radius.
20-foot radius.
You fucking... Oh, right, they're wrong. I can't press end and kill a unit. This isn't Zeus. You utterly obliterated the unit of acrobatic knife jugglers that is howling and screaming and running in your face.
20-foot radius. 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 20 This feels good. I should do this more often. I know, right?
Makes it. Wait, no. Do you still have bonus action stuff?
Let's see. I do still have bonus action, yeah. It's just what to do with that bonus action first of all.
A bonus.
No, I don't think there's any bonus actions I want to take right now. Since I had already agreed with the others, as well as I believe the Legion, since they're autonomous, I'm going to go ahead and after doing that fireball, I'm going to assist the group in clearing those rooftops. So I'm going to launch into the air. 60 feet into the air.
You just fly up 60 feet, Roger.
Yep, vertical 60 feet.
Done. Okay. That makes it top of the order. Vari's turn. She's on a balcony in the second story.
She's within range.
In range of what?
Of getting close to kill something.
Bold moves for someone in
Getting
Vari.
close to the-
Well, I mean, you have the movement.
Why is there suddenly a skeleton
I
in my
don't know.
hand?
It keeps
There's
getting passed
skeletons
around.
I pressed
Gets
the
round,
deal
alright.
button by mistake, so there's a number of monsters that I think that just got dealt, and I don't know how many went. I pressed it once.
Throw the skeleton. No.
I throw the skeleton, yes.
I reach into my pocket and throw a skeleton.
I
My
reach into my
secret
bag
attack.
of holding and throw a skeleton.
Okay, so how high up is the roof now?
You got 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna climb up there then.
Deadly. All right. Well, I know how undifficult it is for you to climb up things, so you spend 10 feet of movement, you're on the rooftops. The rooftops are much like any Central European / Western European city that you've ever seen, so you can pretty much get around the entire neighborhood via rooftop. There are a number of skirmishers and what look to be urban homeless armored savages with short bows, as well as high rope walking acrobats with barbed poles bouncing around on the rooftops.
Wonderful. Are there any like close to where I would have climbed up?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place. So as I mentioned with the whole like attacking a mob, you just like when you're gonna engage that mob, you do your attack, and I will take the damage off of like the mob's health as a total. And so what that's gonna sort of resemble is you're running around on the rooftop punching people in the face, and even if they might not be right side by side, you're attacking that group of them. So you're like Batman whacking a whole bunch of them at the same
So
time.
how would it work if I use my dragon breath weapon?
Oh.
So I'm gonna take
Because-
that into account with the cone thing. So
Goes
how
5 by 30 feet line.
they got about a 10-foot gap between all of them. So if you're in a 30-feet line, shit. So you probably hit 3 of them.
All right.
If it's a line. If it was a cone, then I would factor that in too. So I'm using a, not to get too scientific, but I'm using a dispersal pattern. So I know that there's about 10 foot between one and the other guy. So if you got 30-foot line,
Yeah, it's a
Whenever
5
you
by 30 foot line and it's acid damage.
oh, that sounds
Oh.
bad.
Think I'll do that.
Okay.
Good luck, everyone else.
Don't get puked on by the angry Dragonborn lady.
All creatures in the area must make a saving throw.
Vari does acid. You heard it here first.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
She's not really
Dropping acid
possessed.
with
She's
the
just
homies on
high
the
as
roof.
fuck.
Me too.
Me too.
Can't get shit in Detroit. Can get acid.
Okay. Kardoc helped me figure out how this would.
Stroll your d20.
Okay. But they have to do saving throw. Do I still roll?
Oh yeah.
they
no,
still have to do
saving
saving throw. That still happens.
I don't think it's not an attack-based thing, right? It's just they do a saving throw.
You tell me
But
the
it
numbers, and then I
says-
figure it out on my end.
It says the DC of the saving throw is 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So,
Okay, what's the damage for it?
hold on. I just lost it.
46? 46 sound right?
Creature takes 2d6 damage on a failed save and half as much. Blah blah blah. Oh wait, what level is?
You're level 14.
Yeah,
Oh,
46 then.
I also have it right here.
Okay.
4d6. That's
Oh, yeah.
nasty.
Yeah, so just take 46s and roll them.
Yeah, I don't have any d6.
Well, you need 40 of them.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I understand from the way he explained, you get a 6 every single one.
Yeah, that's how it works.
46s.
It's 13.
Wait, those D4s.
Are there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
What? Who handed me d4?
it was
Oh, and yeah.
Right! What would you do that for?
Okay.
It
I don't know if
says,
there's an extra.
wasn't me.
Okay.
There you go, 46.
Okay. What did
Try
you say
that
the saving
again.
throw was again?
Hold
What are you asking? DC is 16.
Saving throw. No, but what type?
on. Okay. Let me look again.
Uh.
It says on the thing that I had it on.
It's okay.
Where was it?
Constitution.
Isn't it 15?
Constitution is. I just wanted to make sure that I was using the right
16,
bonus.
she has an item.
11. So they get roll a 12 for their saving throw.
Oops.
What?
I had rolled a 19 for the damage, so. Go away, dice. Go away.
Okay, so these guys are this minus. Said you did 19 damage.
Yep,
That's
and they
what she said.
take half on a failed save.
And they
Yeah.
rolled a
Half if they succeed on the set.
is a DC
Oh yeah. So-
whatever. So I know they failed because I know the number that I said was lower than the number that you said. So that's 19 to each of them. Oh shit. Okay, that's 3 casualties. They just get melted by your
You just
acid cube.
melted them then.
Hell yeah.
Spit a jet of acid and it kills 3 people.
I'm quite
The
proud of you
roofs
right
are
now.
okay.
Careful, we're dropping acid on the roof.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay, so I will note that on my notes notationally. Is there anything you'd like to do? Anything else you would like to do with your turn? Can you punch people, or if you use your acid attack, is that kind of like the only thing you got?
Oh, I'm looking into that.
Oh!
Is that like an action or?
That's an
Yeah.
action. So I'm trying to see if there's anything that you can do
Can't
as
you
like
do
a,
Can't you just do an offhand attack?
like a
Yeah. No.
Doesn't her flurry of blows require her to have taken the attack action, right?
Yeah.
Or is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action, but that counts for flurry of blows, I think.
It does. Would you say the breath weapon counts as the attack action?
I mean,
DM.
Yeah, it's an
probably
attack.
would.
It is
Okay.
considered an action last I checked.
Well,
And an
I
attack.
mean,
I would consider
It's
it
an attack
Dragonborn's
and an
Breath Weapon,
action,
yeah.
but it's not the attack action. So up to DM, and he says yes.
If you can do a multi-attack in the sense that you get to attack twice, I would consider using a breath attack as one of those attacks because it's multi-attack.
So that means
So,
that
Well,
she
in
can.
that case, she can throw a punch regardless, and then bonus action for two more
That's-
punches.
That's how I would consider it, and I'm not gonna look too hard into it, but I'm gonna reserve
I
the
love
right
it.
to change that decision later because I'm
Hell
throwing it
yeah,
off the top
dude.
of my head.
Alright, roll a d20 for your
Okay.
other.
Roll
other
quickly
attack.
before he changes his mind.
Yeah, quick. All right, yeah.
Okay.
24.
24 hits. I'm pretty sure.
24 hits. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of high AC stuff going on.
And
here.
then-
Roll an orange one.
Oh, that was not even a roll, but oh, deal with it.
Then roll it again.
I add this to it, right, Kardoc? So that'd be 7. Seven slashing damage.
Are there still
Hmm?
foes on the rooftop?
Oh yeah, there's still foes. There's what is it? There were 30 foes on the rooftop, and then suddenly there were 27 foes on the rooftop, and then whatever else you just punched. How much damage did you do?
7.
7.
7. Okay, so that's so that's 200 and minus 7. Okay, fuck, you're making me do math. You punched a guy square in the face. He did not die outright. However, he has been punched in the face. It's a goblin. His big, giant, pointy goblin nose is now kind of sideways, like it's
Oh,
not
nice.
supposed to be.
Probably chopped it off with the claw, because, slash.
Oh right, yeah, she scratches people. She's like
Yeah.
Batman. She's Catwoman. So you scratch him in the face. Oh, ow, that sucks. Ew. Oh, that hurts my. That hurts my.
In that case,
soul.
Kidders, if you wanted, you could do Flurry of Blows for 1 key point and do 2 more unarmed attacks.
Sure.
Alright, roll 2d20s, 1 for each attack.
Here's the first one. Oop, it ran away.
That's fine. It's better roll that way.
It's a 20.
20! Let's go!
And the other is a 2.
It's a little 11, yeah. Or, yeah.
Yeah.
11.
Okay, a nat
does
20 and
not
11.
hit Oh, a nat 20 definitely hits.
Okay,
Crit
roll one of
is
your
going
martial
to
arts die.
Yeah, that.
What now?
One of your orange
The
die.
orange.
Okay.
And then double it and add 4.
So 8, 12.
12.
12 damage. Not bad.
12 damage. Roger. Okay. Plus the 7. So that's a healthy number. So the goblin that you scratched in the face, you then slivered his carotid artery, and he just stumbles and falls off the roof, screaming and bleeding, and crunches onto the street below, several stories down.
Right past Carlos. Oh.
Carlos finally climbs up to the roof, and as he's pulling himself over, there's just a corpse that comes rattling down and nearly sets him out.
Alright, that's my turn.
That's a good turn, which means it's the Boros Legion.
Where the hell did this coin come from?
Who keeps
What's going on?
doing that?
I'll give you one guess.
Who could it
It's
be?
not me.
I don't believe
Playing
you.
with fucking coins. Devin!
I have stream proof. I have video evidence.
He's got recorded
I don't believe
video
you.
evidence. So
Clearly
those guys
edited.
are down for. I'm just gonna move for a second. The Boros Legion and their shield wall move up, and they charge the of demons, and they will engage directly the pack of demons. They have a AC of not very much. These guys have a plus that. which means a whole bunch of 2d8s. This is gonna be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. Every 2, so there's 20 d8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Jesus. 20 d8 plus 2. High attack versus low AC. I'm imagining like a total war battle in Warhammer 3. Here, Knight, this is all the damage that's being done to you. Ready?
Oh shit.
That's 87. Does that... Are you still up?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Seriously?
I'm
Jesus
not.
Christ.
Wait,
I'm
but Vaszerei just got back, so...
I'm still standing. I'm still fucking standing.
Here, bitches!
I am
Plus
hardy
2.
Kobold, hear me roar.
2d8 plus 2
We
per
are
hit.
fighting
I
hundreds.
said there were 10 hits, so that's 2d8 plus 20, so that's 87 plus 20 is 107 damage on the of Cacklers, and they are heftily dealt with. There wasn't 50 of them when they got hit, so the Boros Legion entirely impale and decimate the mob of Cackler demons. And that is their turn, which means it is time for Carlos! Ooh, I'm struggling to get up on... Oh no, he's on the street below still, technically.
Hell
Because you
yeah,
had
dude.
10
Admin or
feet
the
to go.
imp or both?
So, Carlos had 10 feet to start even climbing the building, which means that when Vari slayed that goblin, it just splattered on the street, like right next to him as he's like jogging. He was like, okay, I'm almost up.
Down below.
Carry on with your turn, sir.
Alright, so I am like, what, 30 feet below the roof right now?
You are 10 feet away and 30 feet below.
Alright, can I just move in shadows up there? It has a range of 30 feet.
You can move in shadows up 30 feet, but then you'd still be 10 feet away from the lip of the
Fine, then I'll move 10 feet closer, then use move in shadows.
I just break space and time to not be 10 feet away from the edge.
Yeah. How would I... Never mind. So yeah, I'm up there now.
Move diagonally through the shadow.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're good. You're good and
Alright.
and fine and happy, and you get.
So yeah, so now since I did that, I have advantage on my next melee attack. So here we go.
Oh.
Hell yeah,
Double
dude.
ones, double ones, pretty much. Double threes. 13.
13 AC against these losers doesn't hit.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It is.
You're getting shown up pretty hardcore.
Oh,
Carlos get beaten by a girl.
No.
Do you have anything else you can do with your turn?
no.
Well, you know what, buddy? You're on the roof, so it's only good things can happen from here. Vinshenzo? No, sorry, Paelias.
Hell yeah.
Paelias, it's your turn.
Got my eyes on these guys.
You got your eyes on those guys? Okay. They don't look like they got any burgers and fries. They got knives for days, though. There's 15 of them.
Okay, I reach into my suit jacket pocket
Yep.
and I pull out a piece of parchment. And then I,
Uh-oh.
as an action, cast Magnify Gravity as a second level spell.
Uh-oh!
Targeting the group.
Playing with gravity here. I like it. Okay, what do they got to do? Tell me
DC
about
20 Constitution save.
DC 20. Yeah, this will turn out well for them.
And I roll my damage.
Rictus Constitution. Okay, +1. 19, or they lose.
Hell yeah.
7. Well, that's kind of like 19, except it isn't.
Okay, everyone in a
Hell yeah.
10-foot radius takes 13 force damage.
In a 10-foot radius, 13 force damage, and they have. All right, you do some.
And since they fail their save, their speed is halved until the end of their next turn.
Okay, I'm gonna break from traditional rules. I'm gonna break from traditional rules, and for the reason is because I fucking hate math. So, you've done. What is it? 20 whatever damage. No, I don't care about that. 13 damage. Okay, 13 damage
to anyone
20-foot circle. So, how many people can fit in a 20-foot circle? You can fit 8. 20-foot radius circle or 20-foot diameter?
Diameter. It's a smaller. It's a first level spell that's being upcast by
So you can fit
Special
16 people in it, right? If you think of the number of squares in a 20-foot diameter circle. Can you put 15 objects within a 20-foot diameter circle? I'm pretty sure yes.
I mean, that's the circle, basically.
Yeah, 16. Okay, so you hit the whole unit, dealing 16 damage each. 12 damage. That
13
times 16.
damage.
13 damage times 16. And I'm going to use a calculator, and I'm going to do that as the total number of damage. 13 times 16 is 208 out of their total hit points of 330. Meaning they have 122 left. And I'm going to do it that way. So you're just going to outright kill a bunch of them, and that way I don't have to worry about a bunch of half-damage fucking pawns running around that I don't have any ability to distinguish.
Alright. And then they have half speed.
And they have half speed. Roger that. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do with the rest of your action economy? Like a slap him in the face, like scream crummy words? I don't know.
I'll just walk up.
Casually waltz up behind them. Deadly. Okay.
I'll walk up behind the Boros Legion. I can do stuff as a reaction to help them if necessary.
208 divided by 20. Oh, fuck off. 208 divided by 2 is. Okay, so you take out 9 guys out of the 15 guys. That's a good number. So there's only 6 guys left in that troop of knife-throwing jugglers.
Damn. Get fucked.
Damn, indeed. Vinshenzo, it is your turn.
Are there people on the roof still?
There are still 17 people on 26 people on the roof.
Okay,
26
I'm going
people on the roof,
to
as one of them is no longer on the roof.
Oops. I'm going to attack with one hand crossbow.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
22 hits. Show me damage.
That is a that is a 7 piercing and a 3 fire damage.
Ooh. Nice.
10 total.
Okay.
And I will keep up with the rest of the party as far as where I'm at.
So you peg a guy. He's like drawing his bow and getting ready to fire at one of the comrades below, and you neg him in. You peg him in the neck, and you get him. And he goes tumbling off the roof.
Roger that. I have 17 bolts left.
Gotcha. Thank you, sir, for tracking ammo. I think you're the only one who still uses it. That's okay. That makes it the Rakdos performers. Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
So these, good luck. These boys are gonna wheel around, recognizing that they're on the flank, and they're gonna make good use of their flank attack. They're going to throw knives. 18 AC. These guys have +5. So 18 AC versus +5. You need a 13. Yeah, 13 or higher. So 13, 14, that's every 3, and there's only 6 of them, so they land 2 attacks of 3d4 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll just do it this way. That 8 plus 3 is 11. And another 8 plus 3 is 11, so that's 22 damage against the Boros Legion. Oddly enough, 2 boys fall transfixed with daggers in their sides. I'll just keep these guys.
For bitches.
They were so intent on fighting the demons.
The demon.
Speaking of,
Speaking of,
it is the demon's turn.
Hell yeah.
And they are going to have a much harder time because they're at shit strength. Tacklers, no. Mephits, there we go. The Magmans, all they have to do is touch you, and then you get hurt. They have a +4 to hit versus these guys 18 AC, which means they have a 15-4. So they do 2d6 per. This is going to be a couple of things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
oh, the Legion's gonna get wrecked here.
It might.
hell yeah,
Oh!
dude.
Hello.
Our boys. No.
Our boys, no.
23
That's a lot of
damage
ones.
total. Yeah, it was a lot of ones. So another guy falls. He gets burnt to death. He gets full on like hair bear hugged, and his face is melted by the little lava demons.
What a horrible way to go.
What a horrible way to go for sure. And that is the demon's turn as they are fully engaged in combat, which makes it Vaszerei. Or however you pronounce your name.
What the?
I don't know why you would spell your name like that. That's sorry, change that now.
You goddamn Tiamat follower.
Excuse me. You want to take that back, sir?
No.
Okay, I'll remember that for next time you speak to any one of your gods.
Oh
no.
shit.
She only has one god.
I only have
Akaros.
one.
No, Acheron would beg to differ.
Oh no. Stay away from me.
Stay away from me.
Stay
I'm
away.
pious, I'm clean.
I want to be tainted by your evil.
One time you looked at that glazed jelly donut in the window, Vaszerei, and you thought, I could just take it for free. It was Acheron speaking into your mind!
Ah.
Anyways, carry on.
How are the skirmishers right now?
They're looking roughly 120 feet away.
All right.
And looks like there's a couple of scattered and melted dead bodies up on the roof. I'll move these guys up here.
Well, it's still the plan to go
Hell
help them.
yeah.
So, looks like the Legion might have these little bastards under control.
They might.
So, then it looks like Paelias is staying here, so even more certain. I'm going
Hell
to.
yeah.
You said 120?
It's 120 feet, and you're already 60 feet in the air, so you just gotta fly horizontally 120 feet.
I dash for that distance.
Okay.
So I
What does
fly.
that do to your
Flying is currently 60, so I'm going to fly 120 feet to match that exactly.
Okay. You're now the edge of the roof.
But I'm going to see what I can do to start knocking out skirmishers. But unfortunately, since that was a dash, there is not much else I can do. That is the end of Vaszerei's turn.
Understood. So that makes it Vari's turn. Hello.
Vari attack.
I guess I'll slash at whatever's closest.
She goes into a bloodlust.
Me find my D20. There it is.
A natural 20. What about for your second attack?
20. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that was a.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, actually, 16. I thought that was a 1. Sorry. How many hit?
well, the 16 and the unnatural 20 both hit.
Hell yeah! Roll
Alright.
die. Both of them had +4 to both.
I'm eating poutine flavored chips.
Add both, you said?
Yeah, so that'd be 12 damage total. I want to say between the two attacks.
Yeah. Oh.
Understood. 12 damage. You whack another of them
Hell yeah!
with a flurry of angry strikes. You swat down another one of them losers. Where's my jugglers? Oh, I don't want the jugglers there anymore. Okay, they're supposed to be there. This one's the one that you need. That way I can keep everything nicely. Minus 12. That's 6. Gotcha, okay. Man, those numbers are just dropping like flies. Every single attack, someone's dying. That's pretty good.
Did you want to do anything else? Not sure how much of your key you want to use up on one battle. You still got a lot of it.
What can I even do?
You can still do Flurry of Blows. You can pretty much do most of these. Flurry of Blows, Patient Defense, Stunning Strike.
I'll do flurry of blows, I guess.
Cool. Roll 2 more d20s.
Alright. Where'd they go?
Over here.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. So that's like 22 and a 28.
Flashy, flashy. This might burn.
Take it, those hit.
Frag out.
Well, your 22 and a 28 absolutely do not miss.
Stop.
No! Let me have my fun!
Okay. Alright.
Oh,
So that's 18 damage.
18 damage. Okay, well that's another slaughtered goblin.
Just kicking ass.
It's a man this time, actually. Screw it. We gotta change it up for racial equality. -1 is 23. You said 18 damage?
Eat.
Damn. So 240. 238. That's dropping fast. This is... Those skirmishers are not going to be around for long. Those AoE attacks are absolutely doing chunks of damage, but I have a feeling the second that Carlos draws this rapier, it's kind of over for them.
And that's it for my turn.
That's it for your turn. Gotcha. Which makes it the Boros Legionnaires. So they're gonna shore up their ranks. They're gonna zoom into more of a block style formation. Paelias, you've been engulfed. in the formation. Oh, they morphed into each other. It's morphin' time. Just like that. That's the way it is. And then they're gonna continue to beat the shit out of these Magmins and try and kill them all. Which is a AC of 14 with +5, which is a... Oh, sorry, +3. So 40 minus 3 is 11. 6, 12, 2 each. We got, what, 17 losers left? 4, 8, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. What? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, that makes more sense. 17 divided by 2 is 8. 8 attacks at 2d8 plus 2. It's Warhammer. Copy. Hell yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus 2 times 4 is 8. So this plus 8. 33 plus 8 is, excuse me, 41. Oh boy, that's a bunch of damage. Minus 41 is 224. 184. What's 184 divided by 9? I think a bunch of demons just died. 20. Yeah, they killed 5 demons. Damn! Okay, they just slaughtered a chunk of demons. They're doing pretty good. That is now Carlos's turn.
Hell yeah. Let's try this again. One more time for posterity. Alright. So I'm going to start off with Move in Shadows, because it gives me advantage. Do a bonus action, which I'll gladly do. I'm just teleporting around. And then, yeah. Wow. Wow. 2. 2 plus... I'm getting bad rolls right now.
What's going on, man?
I don't know.
Wow.
I guess I'm intimidated by Vari.
There's pills for that.
Makes me nervous.
God.
I guess that's it.
What was the total?
12.
12. Okay, you didn't beat a 14.
No.
Oof. Okay. Paelias, show this kobold how it's done.
Hell yeah, dude.
So, how many of the are left of the Rakdos? Knife
6.
throwers? 6. And how many demons are left of the mag?
20 out of the 50.
Are the Boros on the side, actually taking these guys into account? Given that
They've chunked up, but they're kind of engaged with the Magman demons. The bigger, oddly enough, even though these guys on the side are definitely throwing knives in, like the bigger threat to them are the demons right now. There's just only one group of them, so they can only do one attack. I'm using that as like one creature, so it can only attack one other creature at once. If those losers come in closer, that's a different thing, but right now those guys are at range and it's not their turn.
Alright. Well, in that case, I will... Given that there's only 6 of those guys and there's 20 demons still left, I'm gonna cast Gravity Sinkhole on the demons.
Good luck, demons!
DC 20 Constitution save.
Oh, they might... I don't know. Let's see if I roll like Carlos, if I roll like Vari. I'm rolling like Vari. Doesn't help them at all, but it's not a 2. The Magmans with a Constitution saving throw get a 12 versus a DC 20, so they collectively fail. What's the radius? 20 feet?
20 feet radius, so 40 foot diameter, and
You're
32
catching them
damage.
all, and 32 damage each.
32 force.
So you obliterate. You turn them all into a magnetic magma soup. It's a stumpy humanoid sculpted from a black shell of magma. So now it's turned into a magma apple. Some people have caramel apples. You just have a giant sphere of magma. Like wet clay. That entire unit's been wiped out. Well done.
Very nice.
Very nice. High five. Oh. Was that your turn?
Yeah. I'll just call out for them to turn and face, or for the Legionnaires to turn and face the knife throwers, and that'll be my turn.
Roger that. The Legionnaires will adopt that order, and they'll take it under advisement, unless somebody massacres them first. Them being the Rakdos performers. That means it's Vinshenzo!
Hell yeah. Are there still people on the rooftops?
There are 20...
Oh,
I honestly thought you guys would be dealing a lot more damage by the numbers than that. I'm not upset, but I'm surprised.
I've
there's
not
23.
invested in damage dealing until like 3 sessions ago.
Yeah, I know.
I'm rolling poorly.
You are. It's okay. Vaszerei's on her way
Doing
as well.
what I
She's
can.
She's gonna just start fireballing everyone, so I think it'll turn out okay.
Everything will be fine.
There's 23 left.
Okay, I will fire a single weapon attack using my Dragonfire crossbows at the people on the roof.
Boo-boo!
That is a 25. Wait a second. Let me make sure I'm not cheating. Yeah, 25.
That hits.
Okay. Oh, boxcars, baby. You want a damage quest?
Yep.
That is
fuckers so we can move along.
11 plus 6. Oh no. Yeah, 11 plus 6.
Don't you have 6 decks currently?
Oh yeah. All right. 12. Sorry. 12 plus 6 fire damage. 12 piercing, 6 fire damage.
So 12 plus 6, that's 18.
Hell yeah.
Boy! 18 damage. That's another guy down. You are on... Well, I guess you're not the one that's on fire. It sounds like somebody else is on fire. Yeah, you hit a guy, and he's engulfed in flames, and he goes... Well, he dies screaming.
Hell yeah. I look away, and I fly my Pegasus close to Vaszerei.
Nee.
Yeah.
That's what
It's the
Pegasus would
Rakdos.
say.
They're going to take a leadership test because it's their turn. And they've suffered losses. And they witnessed an entire enemy unit die, or allied unit die. That's not theirs. That's theirs. An 8. Oh. Get back in there. Those losers are going to pull back. And they're going to drift into... Remember Arma? Remember that one, guys? Last known enemy unit position. Here.
Yeah.
Oh, they ran?
They're drifting back into those buildings. We don't know where they went. They went that way. 60 feet. They fucked off.
Good,
Make it from orbit.
No hit. The demons are gone. They're dead, which makes it Vaszerei. It's your turn.
It's the skirmishers now, isn't it?
Oh my god, I have neglected them this entire time. They haven't even actually had a turn. They've just been getting slaughtered from the side. Let me roll their initiative. 13.
What
So
the
much for
heck?
skirmishing.
What's going on?
Well, I mean, they've been attacking the other dude.
They've been shooting down into like the big shield wall of the main fight.
Fair enough.
And then you guys just started cutting into them, and you've cut enough of a path that they're changing targets to you.
Shit
I'm
just
gonna
started
say
exploding.
totally retconning the fact that I forgot.
Ooh.
Oh, what was
Never
that?
interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Oh.
Plus 2, so that was a 4,
Sorry.
13 plus 2 is 15.
Snuck up on me.
But they will take their turn now.
Hang on.
No, they won't. I'll be fair to the fact that I made a mistake. You can take your turn. You've just arrived here. Everybody else has got their licks in for free. They're now in the turn order.
Alright, how far is the nearest skirmisher and how many are left?
There are 23 left.
23 of them left.
They are dispersed roughly 10 feet across the roofs of this building block where Carlos and Vari are.
Alright.
I know I have them all the way over there, but we're like kind of... It's like Warno. Remember Warno, Kardoc? Yeah, it's like Warno. You guys are
Val played
engaging in
that game.
CQB. Fuck.
I remember Val playing that game.
Any game that Val plays, he just cheeses to the nines.
I'm going to land on the roof with one of these bastards and I'm going to start slashing them with a sword.
Okay, do your damage.
Roger that.
Alright. Do 2 attacks for starters. That's a fucking man. Actually, I guess I'll ask. Does a 10 hit?
No, it does not.
Don't look away now, folks. The platform is under contention.
What about a 15?
15 hits.
Alright, in that case. Oh shit, where'd my other dice go? Did they get moved? I think they got moved.
Oh. Oh, that's a lot of d6s. You're fireballing?
Maintains their control.
No, I'm using a short sword. I was trying to figure out where my cold damage dice were.
Oh.
The plan
I just saw the
What the-
pile of d6s and I assumed.
managed to take control of it.
Where's the color? There we go. Let's see. 8 piercing and 1 cold.
For a total of 9.
Does he still stand?
Let me tell you. I'm going to take that damage off the total and we'll see what happens. Minus 9. That's... that. That equals... what do you think it's going to be? 19. You kill him!
Alright, cool. In that case, I'm going to flap my wings just a moment, give me a burst to attack the next guy, and use my 3rd attack to slash at him.
Head to the platform.
Another 15.
Another 15. Ooh, that's a hit. Tell me the damage.
4 pierce, 4 cold.
Another 8. That's another... oh, that's not another dead guy. That's just a damaged guy. However, that's gonna go into the pool when I do my next math. You come drop onto the roof and you start spinning around with your lethal sword, cutting one man open and then deftly injuring the next. Looks like the rooftop is not a safe place to be anymore tonight.
Hell
Vari?
yeah.
Show
that is
to
going to be
Kobold
all
how
that
it's
she
done.
does.
Kill him.
Okay, good. Kill him.
Kill them all.
Fight him.
They're still alive, gee.
There's a lot of them. There's like 20.
Jeez.
They have lost a third of
Jeez.
their number, and now they finally are actually on the turn order, so I won't forget about them. Which means you guys might get fucked.
Yeah, my dice. What is happening over here?
I knocked over the king.
Why? Treason! Thief!
Leave them.
Anyway. Oh my god, where'd this fucking coin come from?
Where did this coin come from? What's going on?
There's more.
Look at all this money look at all this money that Vaszerei has. Thief!
Wow, I rolled shit time.
It's
14 and 16.
Do either of those hit?
A 14 and a 16 both hit.
Oh, okay.
Roll your die.
Missed the numbers.
Get rid of these first. Go away. Okay. Oh fuck, that didn't roll. Let me.
Alright.
Do I add to that again, Kardoc?
4 to each, so 8 total.
Okay. Alright.
So 19 damage?
Wait,
19 damage.
Is that right?
if it's 8 total, what?
You
Because I
add
rolled.
8. You add plus 4 to each of them because they're each separate attacks. So that's 8 total, plus what you have here.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So it should be 11 plus 8 equals 19.
Yeah.
Minus 19, so that's 190. 184. 84 divided by 11 is 16. Wow. 21 minus 5 is 16. Now minus that is 16. So I guess a couple extra guys died and I didn't notice. But 19 damage plus the 8 damage that Vaszerei did before, that's definitely 2 dead, which is awesome. Their numbers are just getting entirely sliced into little tiny bits. Is that your turn?
If they're still alive, I'm gonna spend a key point.
Get them!
And
They're still
get 'em
alive! There's still a
again.
few!
Just killing them all.
Me trying
So
to
essentially-
grab everything else.
In the darkness, you've all sort of come at them from the side, and you've been slaughtering them, and they're only now just beginning to realize that their numbers are getting slashed into pieces as they're scattered across the rooftops, and you're like clearing one roof after another.
Okay.
So
So
spread out, they haven't recognized it yet.
she rolled a 23 and then 1 plus 9 is 10. I'm not sure how you would deal with a critical fail with an unarmed attack.
I have ways of dealing with critical fails, sir.
She just chips a nail.
I mean, isn't that what makes me have to do wisdom saves?
That's exactly what
no.
what we need you to do right now is a wisdom save.
Oh no!
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that zip line.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's 18.
18. You maintain control of your possession. You are still in charge of yourself for now.
Make sure to roll one of your damage die.
Yeah, make sure to do the damage for the one that you did hit.
Oop. It went so far. Do I still add this to it?
Yep.
So it's 11.
Another 11 damage. That's another guy dead. I don't even have to do the math for that. They have 11 HP each.
Okay, that's my turn.
Down. You start to get embroiled in the chaos and the slaughter, and Shade is getting a little bit antsy with all the killing that's getting done, but you're able to force him back down inside. That's your turn, which makes it the Legionnaires. The Legionnaires are gonna move up, and they're gonna move up there 60 feet. Making it Carlos's turn.
Alright, let's try this again.
Do it.
Gonna move in shadows again for that advantage, which doesn't help me. And I'm gonna try to roll them separately, just maybe that's my problem.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
No.
Thank
Well,
God.
technically you rolled better still.
Does a 14 hit?
14 hits.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, dude. Finally.
shit. Can't roll above a 5 all day. Alright. Let's do this.
There's a bad juju on the die.
I just took all the luck.
Yeah.
Bad juju.
So that is
A luck vampire.
41 damage.
Jesus, there's some numbers now. Here we go, Carlos.
Here we go.
Minus 41, that's 132. So that's 3 of them dead.
Finally, I'm up on the board.
He's up on the board. That only counts as 1! 32 divided
Literally
by
killed
11,
3.
12. So they're now down to 12 on the roofs. And it's the stalkers. They get to, they figured out that they're in mortal danger and they're gonna return. Actually, what they're gonna first do is take a leadership test. Uh, 13 plus their 15. They're okay. They're on the board. Okay. Vari, what's your AC?
17?
AC 17. Okay. Versus their attack of plus 4, 16, 15, 14, 13. Which means out of their 12 guys, they have 12 guys with which to hit you, and they land. Oh, this is the first time we get to do this against a player.
The range attack?
So 12 guys, 17, 64, so they have 3. So they land 4 ranged attacks on you.
Can I use deflect missiles at all?
You can. How many times can you deflect missiles, or how many attacks can you deflect missiles against? It's just against 1?
I get my only B1.
There's nothing
Use
wrong
your
with that.
reaction to deflect or catch the missile when you are hit by a ranged weapon attack.
Okay, so you nullify one of those, which means they get to do. Where's that? What?
Hey, doesn't the deflect missile allow you to send it back if you...
If you catch
If you reduce the
yeah.
damage to 0, so she rolls a 1d10, adds her dexterity modifier and her monk level.
Okay, well,
That's a lot.
go ahead and do that. They're
Where's
gonna
the D10?
8 plus 4 3 times.
It's one of the green ones, yeah. Steal one of these.
Oh, fuck off, skeleton. Why are all these skeletons here?
Oh yeah, baby. 10.
Chris, who's
So
doing
10 plus,
Yes, take that.
let's see, your dexterity
What do I add?
and monk level. So it's the roll plus your monk level plus your dexterity. So you add 18 to that, so that negates 28 damage from that attack.
Okay. And if it's reduced to 0, I catch it, right?
Yep, and you can spend a key point to throw it back.
That's pretty good.
Catch a missile, I spend a key point. Yeah.
2 more.
Uh,
So 28 damage definitely deflects, or like goes into that. So he loses. Will lose 28 damage from the total of what's coming at you.
And how much was that?
We're about to find out. That plus 4 times 4. So this plus 16. So that was 35 plus 16 is 51 minus 28 is 43. 33 damage to you. And you've deflected 28, so that's 33 is after your 28 damage, so you deflected.
Isn't it 23?
23, did I do math poorly? If I did, I'm okay with that.
Give me the numbers again. It was 58 minus 28, right?
53
Minus 28.
Yeah, no, it was 51 minus 28, sorry.
51 minus 28?
Yeah, because the 3 is absolutely a number that I came up with 8
That
minus
is
1.
23, yeah.
Right, yeah, 23.
There you go. So you take 23 damage of pincushion from longbows and short bows and other types of bows. A variety of ranged weapons just come in.
I'm gonna
least you-
spend a key point to throw it back since
Throw it back. Clobber one of them back.
Can
Get
it
'em.
count as a monk weapon? I'm pretty sure.
Should, yeah.
Minus.
The attack with proficiency, regardless of your weapon proficiencies, and the missile counts as a monk weapon. Okay. So
So you just roll a d20 and add 9.
oh, I won't roll. There we go. Lagged a bit. 19 plus 9.
28 hit.
28.
28 absolutely hits. Roll me some damage.
It's the same. Okay.
Yep. 'Cause it's a monk weapon for you.
Oh,
5.
damn.
5.
I
5.
mean, it's still better than getting hit.
It's, yeah, I mean, you did negate like a ton of damage, so.
It's true.
yeah.
Like, nah, here, take it back.
Yeah, he negated like over half the damage, which is pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah. I agree.
And one. Sadly, you didn't kill any of them, but you like lodged one in the thigh of an elf, an asshole elf.
Here, you dropped this.
Think twice about shooting her again.
Is this yours?
Return to sender. Deadly. And that's their turn, which makes it Paelias! The Legion, it moves! They're on the march!
Me and the boys walk forward. And that's about all that's gonna happen right now. I'm leaving the skirmisher to everyone else.
Nice.
Me and the boys just out for a walk in Mogadishu. Deadly. That makes it Vinshenzo's turn, and then Vaszerei's turn after.
Is there anyone else left on the roof?
There's a 12. I'd say 11 and a half because that's the hard number, but there's 12 and one who's just not having a good day because he got an arrow in his thigh.
I will make a weapon attack. Oh.
You will hit.
Yeah, that hits. I got 19
hits.
plus, I believe, 11 bonus.
Shit, that hits.
Hell yeah. So I do 12 piercing plus 3 fire.
Twelve piercing plus 3 fire equals 15 damage. Minus 15, that's 7 is 2, so that's 1. 12. Oh, that's a dead man.
God
I actually, yeah, that
damn
actually
it.
might be more than a dead man.
There we go. Oh, but I'm upside down. Shit. There we go.
10.1. I'm gonna count that as 11 because 10.1 is still a horribly, horribly injured, near to death goblin stalker. All right, you put one in his chest, and he goes tumbling off the roof, screaming like Wilhelm.
Hell yeah. I like that.
I like that you like that. That makes it Vaszerei's turn. Kill them! Vaszerei! End this!
Let's destroy. Okay, I do 3 attacks.
3 of them?
Yes.
Okay. Do you really?
Swish, swish, swish.
Swish, swish, swish.
Swish, swish, swish.
13 doesn't hit.
13 does not hit these stalkers.
Okay, the other 2 attacks will make it though. So they are much,
Will
much better.
they? I believe in you.
Yeah, 24 to hit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Ah, man! You got a lot of confidence there for someone who's so small and adorable. But it's true.
It's part of my draconic bloodline.
Part of your short person charm.
Yes.
You gonna roll some damage there, Chief?
Uh,
Oh, you already did. 12 pierce and 8 cold for a total of 20. Oh boy.
Trying to decide if I want to action surge to kind of help out, just go a little faster.
Minus 20. They're getting hurt, but they're
we
probably
still have
not.
miles to go.
Probably not going to be sticking around for long. The more they get taken out, the harder it is going to be for them to stick around.
It's a game of attrition. I probably should hold it.
92. So you
Yeah.
take out 2 people.
You're tuning into Power Shift.
2 people?
The battleground is
2 people.
2 people.
All right. You continue moving forward. And that is all that Vaszerei is going to do. All I can do is swish, swish, so I'm just gonna play the long
Swish,
game here.
swish, bitch.
Ah. It is now Vari's turn.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, Vari.
That rocks.
Are they still alive?
There's too many.
Few of them. There's so few of them.
Hit them several times, guys. Come on.
Just kill them all.
I didn't want to burn my action surge. I'm saving it for other shit in case we need it.
Saving it for a rainy day.
We still have miles to go.
Splash at them again.
Miles of this.
First team wiping the bag and it's
Oh,
up.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna say, we all know what we're gonna do. So the nice thing is we can just bump, bang, ba-boom, bing, and see how fast we can get through the
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Did that again, Kardoc.
Just like
To your attack roll, 9.
Okay, so an 11 for the first one, 18 for the second.
Those are some good rolls. 18 for the second. You say 12 for the first one?
11.
11.
11. Okay, well, the 11 definitely doesn't hit. Sorry. Sorry. You're out.
Roll one of your d8s.
Okay.
The jet setters capture control and are making a beeline for their base.
Alright.
The jet setters are setting the pace, moving
10 damage.
Yeah. 10.
That's a good number. Okay. 10 plus the 20 so that's another dead one. We're whittling them down.
Which excellent.
And then it's Boros Legionnaires are going to move up another 60 feet, and then it's going to be Carlos. actually, no, the Boros Legionnaire is going to move up 30 feet, and they're going to ready an action to attack anything that comes close to them, and then it's Carlos's turn, and then it's the Stalker's turn, and I'm going to tell you right up, the Stalkers are going to have to take a leadership test at the start of the next turn. So,
Hell yeah.
if you want to just blitz through your attack and see who you can kill.
So bonus action. Actually, hold on, I'm gonna do this one more time. So bonus action, you know, moving shadows, yada yada. Move to the next closest one. Hell yeah! Finally, some decent rolls. 15 plus.
Hell
45.
yeah.
25. Take if that hits.
I think so, yeah.
Check your math.
Listen, I'm from the infantry. I'm not a guy to
Oh, this is
death.
gonna hurt. 56 damage.
56. Fuck Jesus, shit, Christ. That's what they say, of course. I wouldn't say anything like
As
that.
they die.
Yeah, 56 minus 56. There's the numbers. I was gonna say there's the front line, but you're not the front line. You're the damage dealing little guy who jumps in and out of battle. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
a 4. That's so 56 minus 82 minus 56. That's 74. No, it's not. That's 76. Minus 5 is 16. 26. I know math. That's a lot of dead gobbos, which means they're taking a leadership test, and if they roll in that 20, they stay on the field. And if not, they run off into the hills. Here we go. Oh, look! They run! They flee from the butchery that has been presented before them, and there is now a severely understrength group of stalkers that have fled to the hills. There are 2. So out of the 30, they are now down to 3. 2 of them are okay, and one of them has got an arrow in his thigh.
How many did I kill on my last attack?
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm okay with you asking that question. So 82... 82 divided by 11, so it's 7.4. So that was 7 and a moderately injured guy.
Oh, damn. Wait, are you telling me I killed 7 in one 6-second turn?
Minus 56 divided by
Hell
11,
yeah.
so that's 2.3. So 7 point... What was I said? 7.4 minus... whatever it is. So it's 2.3. So you killed like 5 guys. You pirouetted and danced your way through 5 guys
Hell yeah.
with burgers and fries. Because that's how numbers work for mob combat.
I love it.
The jet setters have taken control and they are on the move.
And they flee. So we're gonna suspend the combat animation for now. You guys have cleared the rooftops. I would like all of those on the roofs and screw it, Paelias as well, to roll perception.
Shielding inside. And the mighty take over the helm and start to advance
Okay.
to their base.
Vaszerei's opened her eyes and she can see.
Spotted an enemy.
Rolling perception, you said?
Yes.
Okay, what do I add to this?
13, I think? Damn.
Damn! Vaszerei's, no, sorry, not Vaszerei. Vari has opened her inner eye.
Cool.
She sees it all.
Opened her third eye.
The third eye. Okay. So, you are aware of the fact that you've cleared out the majority of resistance. There's still 100 cultists, but the battle has gone horribly for them as you've taken the majority of distraction. the shield wall here is mopping up the last of the resistance. They have entirely decimated the cult lines, and they now have an avenue of space to breathe. And as you have finished off the archers that were harassing their lines, they can finally start, like, immediately their troops start filtering back to other spots to lend their hands in other engagements, putting their numbers to other critical areas of the fight.
The jet setters are accruing on
And you also have an open avenue for jumping right up into that spot with no real resistance. There is still fighting happening, and I'll do this real quick. Copy. Dude, I'll just use these guys for now. Oh, I got all of their numbers too. That's fun. So there's still enemies fighting here.
and total chaos.
And there's still enemies fighting within, like, the flank. But aside from that, pretty good job, boys. There's like there's forces here. Oh yeah, you haven't had to deal with the fire eaters yet. They're a lot of fun. Don't worry about them. So this is the battle map as you know it right now.
Both teams are refusing to give an inch as they vie for control of the platform.
So those siege beasts, do they have those platforms on the back of them?
Nope! They look like triceratopses and other smaller, nastier dinosaurs. There's also
Damn.
what look to be some giant boars,
Oh no.
30 seconds to go.
Let's see.
or the equivalent, the Ravnican equivalent of giant boars, which I have a really stupid name and I just don't have the page in front of me, but they have some crazy ass looking giant boars covered in battle armor,
Oh, lucky us that we're the
being
reinforcements.
ridden by goblins. Yeah, you and your 17. Oh no, there's 20 now because you got your ranks filled up. So the 3 leftover dudes that you found at the police station, they joined the block of guys, so they're up to full strength again. Batter boar, also known as a giant boar. You have the freedom to maneuver. You are not under imminent threat.
We should get moving before more of them show up.
Let's hope that we can aid what survivors we can.
I think we've already done quite a bit.
Yeah.
Carl,
Does
this
this
is
position-
right. We must keep moving.
Which direction are you implying? That we begin heading back to the cathedral or forward?
Isn't that what we're trying
We've
to
been
do?
here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just
She's
trying
been
to
killing
understand.
people for so long. She got caught up in the action.
You're right. It's true. I was very, very much happy killing Rakdos.
You were killing Rakdos. You were killing Gruul.
I
Hell
fireballed
yeah.
Rakdos.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you did fireball the Rakdos, and then you went and killed Gruul.
Feels good.
Fun time for everyone.
Yeah. What I need to do a perception check to kind of estimate how many survivors might be here. Trying to hold the line.
There's like an entire battalion of them.
Oh, so there's quite a few people, thankfully.
There's quite a few people. There's chunks of guys. And as you move up, I assume there's no objection to the group moving up into friendly lines. You guys move up, and you're greeted by an angel commander who nods to you and bows her respect, and she says, "Thank you. Thank you for the aid and the relief. Without you, we would have been hard-pressed on all sides. We were dangerously low. Are you here to join the fight?"
We came to reinforce for a moment. However, we will be needed back at the cathedral soon.
Yes, I'm afraid we have places to be, but don't worry, we'll help where we can along the way.
Our position is lost. Is there other friendly lines? We haven't heard anything from since this entire fight began. We've been isolated and on our own.
I believe the only line that we're aware of right now is pushed all the way back towards the docks, leaving up to the...
Well, we are. The entire
palace.
group is aware of these 3 lines.
That is true, yeah. But since we're going to be going the long one,
Yeah.
was mainly referring to this line over here.
Is there a name for this building?
I'm just gonna call it the palace.
The
Yes,
Senate.
there is. Yeah, it's basically known as like the Senate or the We'll call it the Senate for now. It's got a funny in-lore name. I am the Senate.
The Senate itself is secure, along with a fair bit of the area around it. And then the area around the Cathedral of Bahamut is also secure.
She sets her eyes in stone and she says, "Thank the Maker, we thought everyone else was gone. This position is untenable. The Gruul have taken the walls. We must withdraw. Our forces are no good here. We're just gonna die for nothing."
What walls is she talking about?
These ones.
Oh.
Well, maybe the walls will hold them back while we make our retreat. If you wish to retreat, now may be a good time.
Someone will have to hold them while we retreat. Otherwise, we'll be swarmed. Can you spare any of your men to help the wounded?
I don't think any of us are doctors.
Carlos.
No, but we
Carlos is
can-
passable, but
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like we can spare the the
Where the
soldiers
fuck
to
is
help
Peter?
move the wounded.
We need
Uh,
Peter.
I'm a doctor, not a cleric.
I can delay the enemy. Like I can stay to delay the enemy from advancing up behind us.
Is this wall
She-
worth holding though?
The wall is not holding. Well, I mean, the wall is no. The best way to say it is no. What has happened so far as you look around you, Vinshenzo, at the scene intimately in front of you? So, paying close attention to the sort of the general geography of the area, there's a large wall that's been erected to keep a defensible gap between the rubble belt where the Gruul clans dominate and the rest of the city of New Ravnica. The siege beasts of the Gruul savages have battered down the gates, and they've also bashed holes, collapsing entire sections of the wall. The garrison fortification itself is heavily contested, and large parts of it are overrun. And you can tell that the Rakdos are coordinating an attack, having occupied this district here, and sort of allowing the Gruul to come sweeping in over the walls that are not positively held by the Legion. Right now, their soldiers are forming shield walls and defensive lines in the gaps within the walls structure itself, and then they're in amongst the houses trying to keep the enemy from basically breaching into their perimeter. Even as you look about you, the battle is ongoing.
Do we still have the...
Huh?
Do we still have the option of gating or no? I don't think we
No.
do we?
It'll take an hour, or sorry, not an hour. Next day is when it'll be available again.
Shit, so we can't do mass rotation of troops.
The commander gives you a quick update stating that she and a few volunteer soldiers could hold back the enemy for several minutes, while the rest of the Legion escapes. However, it will be like it is a death sentence. They will die. They will die on the wall, giving you time to get a head start to get away. But the thing that they're asking is like, can you help move the wounded, or can you spare some of your men to help move the wounded so that there are less of those who are helpless. A number of those who are volunteering to stay are wounded soldiers who know that they're going to slow the place down.
Not strong enough to be able to help with any sort of gurneys, but I'm sure we have people who are strong enough.
So she's
we
asking for
have
people.
20 dudes.
She's asking if your legionnaires would be, like, if you're willing to spare your legionnaires as stretcher bearers, essentially.
Yeah, there's no issue whatsoever.
So we will second them to the wounded party, and they'll be able to help
So
the
how
wounded
many
out.
people are thinking of staying behind?
It's going to be one or two of the commanders, as well as about 100 soldiers who are volunteering to stay and fight to the last.
Jeez.
To help the rest of their comrades escape.
What kind of what kind of numbers are we talking about attacking forces?
Attacking forces are currently bottlenecked, but in their thousands. The legionnaire forces here number about 800.
What exactly are the social activities?
And that's
Do you
including.
know
like,
anything about how the rest of the city is doing on defenses?
She does not. She does
has
not
no
know
contact.
anything aside from the fact that, like, she only knows what's going on here. As soon as everything went to shit, they were cut off from everyone and everything. The air above you, like the air war slash the general battle, like, it's quite thick up here. You can tell that nothing's really been able to get out here. There's a number of and they're called Skyrocks and Skyjacks, which is the aerial forces of the alongside the Angels is the aerial forces of the Legion, and there are a number with like ballista bolts and chunks of shrapnel that are littering the ground. Looks like nobody's been able to get word here or get word out.
Cut the tension with a knife, or an assassin's dagger, or a cheese slicer.
This is intense. Go on the front. The platform is contested.
Yeah, I'd say we'll carry out what wounded that we can. And then...
No, the Legion. The
Mate,
Legion.
listen. The Legionnaires, they're with
Socialites are
us.
taking control of the platform.
I know.
Do you, though?
They fought alongside her for 1 minute, therefore they are hers. I do like that Vaszerei just automatically assumes that she gets to be the one that gets stuck in. She's like, okay, sure, yeah, I'll help out. I'll be the one to help carry the wounded. I'll be the one who helps bear it. Like, it's kind of very very humble of her.
Grab control and are moving back to base.
Okay, so your plan is you've lent your dudes to the thing, and then you want to start heading back right away with the rest of the guys, or do you want to head off ahead, or how do you want to take the next steps to get back to the
Paelias had a thing.
roll? Yes, Paelias, I would love to hear your plan.
Well, given that they're in the thousands and we're basically having a suicide squad of 100 staying behind to buy us time, probably just moving it as a whole, as a unit as fast as possible to end here first, see if there are any friendlies in the conclave, or how that's doing. And then from there, I guess we'll decide.
Okay.
As a former contender, I can appreciate this.
Heading down the highway of hell.
Yeah, heading down the highway of hell, Carlos and Vinshenzo can do scouting. Also Vari.
So what is the goal? Just return to the cathedral?
Return to friendly territory via the main route.
Okay.
Stopping at the points of interest along the way to see if we can collect more friendlies. Or even if this position is currently functioning and defensible, we could even stop there to rest.
I don't need to rest.
No, but maybe the troops do.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, that's kind of where my head.
Not waiting around.
It's a good thought. All right, so we'll just keep the Legion as a block.
But now there's 700 of them, including a lot of wounded.
Yep. So the way they are going to do it is, I say they just because they have hundreds. The way they're going to do it is basically kind of like a sandwich or a sub, where the juicy meat is the wounded people in the middle, and that thick bread all around is the guys that are still able to fight. That's my reference, that's my analogy, and I'm sticking to it. Fuck off. And that way, sort of protected on all sides. They have some like veteran slash pretty heavy duty units that are going to keep up front and behind and keep their standard guys on the flanks with some other specialists mixed in. They're going to basically just move down the highway and do everything they can to not stop. The request given from them to you is, you seem like you're pretty tough, strong, and smart. We can deal with the fodder. Please try and keep any of like the biggest, riskiest, and scariest obstacles out of our path. Sort of like the things that would tie up the Legion the longest, or the things that might deal the most casualties, are the things they request of you.
The stuff like giants or enemy spellcasters or stuff like that.
They're saying you guys don't need to. So you guys don't need to bog yourselves down in the mobs of, if there is like a big mob of like 100 guys. Like we have enough. We have enough bodies to throw at their bodies. Yeah, they're just gonna keep pushing through. But anything that could stop that advance is gonna bog them down and kill everybody, because then they won't be able to get moving again as people get wounded and die. And if all of that can happen, maybe they have a chance of getting out of here. What say you to that?
Yeah.
We can handle it.
We can handle the elite.
Handle it.
Equivalent.
Deadly. So would you like to range up ahead of the subway sandwich of doom, or would you like to stay intimately close to them?
I will fly.
As a collective. Vinshenzo will fly.
It's probably best to range ahead.
To fly on rabbit as well.
Oh, Elf Team 6.
Elf Team 6.
That way I can conserve spells for priority targets.
Who is he to refuse a fellow elf?
I don't refuse.
Because he knows better.
Now I kind of want to refuse.
Sorry,
Tell me
Paelias.
what to do. Only
Yeah,
I can tell me what to do.
I would also notify whoever's acting as leader for the blob, if the places of interest that we know of, that like we might be able to shelter or find further friendly forces in these areas.
The angel gives you a nod and mentions good point when you reference sort of like the Selesnya, because that's one of the points of interest. Like, hey, they're friends. Maybe they could harbor the wounded and give us a chance to get the hell out of there. The angel's name is Navina, and she is a fire main, which is one of the bigger officers, like commanders of the field. They specialize in single combat, and they are considered to be holy champions and paragons of war. So she's quite the inspiring presence to her allies, and she is leading the column back. And she agrees it would be a good idea to stop at one or two of them, but she doesn't want to get bogged down unnecessarily if there's no good reason to stop.
In that case, I'd say we check this one and then this one, because they're both like not even out of the way.
That's a good point. Those are some good points. I'll add that into the battle plan here. Yeah, that's been notated. It's been noticed and notified.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay, at the beautiful bright hour of 21:56, I have some good notes. We had a good fight/test out of the mass combat, and I'm going to alter a few things based on the experiences that we have just suffered through tonight. It was definitely a lot slower than I thought, but I think a little bit of tweaking needs to be done. But it's good that we were able to do that. Boo! Yeah. Friggin' you missed out, Vaszerei. You missed out on dealing with the Rakdos, with that quantum singularity that fucking Chill put down. There was a lack of being able to play with the Fire Eaters, which were a lot of fun. But I guess we'll have to wait till next session, because there's a reason why they're called Fire Eaters. I was really excited.
Just because they fire.
It's because they breathe it, actually.
Oh.
They're little mini Vazereis.
Oh, they're all grown
Set
up.
everything alight.
I eat fire. Eats non-fire fireball.
Kind of making me wish I picked up Absorb Element.
That would have been really fun.
Yeah, well, we have someone that spits acid, so.
That is
Also,
true.
just imagine how much chaos it would have been if those guys had made it to the Boros line.
Vaszerei is currently capable of technically breathing all colors of the rainbow at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
I found the one who's actually tripping on acid. We're gonna start next session with fresh initiative. Screw you guys. 29.
Damn.
29 and a
damn.
5. That's quite the.
He fucking reneged.
Sorry, you're just gonna have to roll another 29. Maybe Carlos will
I'm gonna
reroll
roll
on his
like a
luck.
1 and get possessed.
It's okay, because Carlos is gonna be rolling nat 20s the whole fucking session, because I think it's only one of you's allowed to roll well. One.
Do you get possessed if you roll a 1 on anything?
Hell
No,
yeah.
it's on
Even
specific.
initiative?
No, it's on specific
No.
things.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
If she rolls a
You're not-
1 on her history, she does not get possessed. That would be silly.
Fear not, Vari. You will be freed of Acheron's embrace.
Mm.
You will be freed.
The idea is anything that would cause her to unduly lose control of, like, if you're imagine. This is gonna sound really bad, and I'm gonna use this as the analogy because fuck you. Imagine if you really had to pee, and you spend all day not peeing because through sheer force of will, you're able to keep your bladder under control. And then somebody drops like 7 eggs at once, and you got to do that like Spider-Man with the lunch dinner tray, and for that split second you lose control because you're like too focused on juggling eggs, and then you piss your pants. Except for her, she goes homicidal.
Does Chris have bladder problems?
No! It was the closest thing I could think of, okay? I'm trying to think of like, imagine concentrating every day and just having that nagging thing at the back of your mind. And you have to
Really
like keep it under wraps.
I've never had to pee so bad that I like lost focus on not peeing for a second and accidentally peed.
I said never.
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 No.
Okay. Fair.
Chris has bladder control problems.
I don't. I had to drive 18 hours when I was living in New Brunswick to go visit my parents, and there's one stretch where if you don't stop to go to the bathroom, there's like 4 hours where there is nowhere to go to the bathroom, and I was stuck in traffic, and I didn't have a water bottle, and I thought I could make it, and I didn't.
You couldn't pull over?
No, I was too stupid to do that.
Okay.
But I was like, I can make it to the gas station. I can make it. And I pulled in the parking lot, and I parked the car, and I peed.
He made it to the gas station.
I made it. Then I not won.
Peeing behind a tree
Nat
did
one
not
and
cross
holding your
his
bladder.
mind.
No, it wasn't that it didn't cross my mind. I thought if I stop, then I won't get there as fast, so I'd rather just get there.
That's
I was like,
fair.
I have superior control over my body. This won't be a problem. And then as it was getting worse, I'm like, it's fine. I'm a man. I can do this. It's fine. It's okay. It's not a problem. And then it was. So I guess maybe I'm the only one who has that experience. So maybe that's a good bad analogy. But yeah, it's my.
Dang, I forgot to think about not peeing, so I peed.
Shit.
It's not like a regular thing. It's a very extreme moment in time that never has happened again.
Damn.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. You'll never know, but you'll never not know either. I just outed myself as the peer.
There's always one.
It's really weird. I don't know why I'm carrying on this topic, but I'm just going to plow on down the path anyway. So, as part of the physiotherapy for my back, I have this French lady who she was trying to explain to me how to do a specific exercise, and what it's meant to do is strengthen the stabilizing muscle bands that wrap around your back, wrap around your spine from your lower back, sort of around your tummy area. And the way for you to exercise those is to, like, you got to make the muscle contraction or movement as though you were trying to pee. And that's how she had to explain it. It's like, imagine yourself peeing. Like, don't actually pee, but try to pee, and like hold that, and also you should still be able to breathe, and like basically like flex those muscles as if you're trying to force yourself to pee for like 10 seconds. I'm like, okay.
Did you pee?
Sure.
And then he peed.
And then he peed again.
And then he peed.
And then I peed.
Shit,
She
you
was
told me
so
to try to pee.
You told me to try and pee.
This is your fault.
Do everything that makes your body pee, but don't pee.
Don't pee. That's it. And she got weirdly excited about it too. She's like, "You can do it anywhere. You can do this. Like, you can just do this exercise
You
in
can
your
just pee
truck.
wherever you want.
just
Nobody can
pee
stop
anywhere.
you.
You can wheel while you're in bed, while you're at work, while you're just like waiting in the
It
elevator." I'm
isn't
like,
technically illegal to piss yourself.
Well, I'm gonna
Oh,
piss
oh
the
my
bed if I do it in bed.
"Pee." Do your best. Those are the words. Do your best not to pee. Like, as if it was something that just accidentally happens and is normal. Like, try not to, but if it happens, don't feel bad. Like,
This
what?
woman is just gaslighting Chris to piss the bed.
Wants you to pee. Oh, she's so fucking weird.
She just has a water sports fetish.
Oh my god.
It's like every classic young female physiotherapist in the sportswear, we'll call it, talking about peeing.
The fuck, dude.
Yeah, really weird.
There are a lot of
okay.
like moments like that in like medical shit where it's like, okay, you need to do this, but you need to act like you're doing this, but don't do that.
In the past 5 years, I have met more women who just like randomly come into contact with women who are way more vocal and honest, I guess, about the female biological experience.
Uh-huh.
And